aspects of science and technology in BRICS countries. And we have representative of all BRICS countries, although Mlungisi Seli has not joined us yet, but I hope he will manage to do so. Okay, our first presentation analysis devoted to this issue. So please go ahead, Гаутам, the floor is yours.
Yeah, a very good afternoon to all the participants, and many thanks to my friend Dr. Alexander for inviting TIFAC to present a foresight study and experience to share with you, and with a very specific topic, that is climate change challenges, and what Science and Technology Foresight TIFAC has done. A brief overview of that I would like to present. I am joined with my colleague, my friend and junior colleague Vaibhav Singh. He is a young professional, is working with me, and I have asked him to join to understand how the international presentations goes on. Anyway, let me go. Next slide is, this is a TIFAC, what Technology Information Forecasting Assessment Council does at a glance. It deals with technology information, technology foresight, technology assessment, technology demonstration, and it also supports or nurture innovation. I'm not going into detail on that. Separate opportunity, if it comes, I will talk about that. But what key point I would like to convey, that TIFAC is very much into foresight reports, policy papers preparation, technology vision, technology roadmap. Recently, we prepared a technology roadmap or decarbonization roadmap for Indian industry towards net zero. What happened? Yeah, somebody else can my slide? No. Somebody has opened another slide. Yeah. So now let us understand what are the major challenges. So all of us know, but still to make it a more comprehensive presentation, they are the key major challenges over all of us. That is, first is increasing global temperatures, and as a consequence, sea level is rising. It has risen for 1.7 millimeter per year to 3.2 millimeter per year since 1993. Glaciers are shrinking, increasing concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which has a negative impact on many aspects on the society as well as S&T system. Monsoon is erratic, and overall it is a negative impact on food production, and many more challenges are there due to climate change, which we all know. Now let us take what India's take on this climate change front, what India's pledge our Honorable Prime Minister has made in COP26 in Glasgow. It has made very stringent target we have set for India. That is, non-fossil fuel energy generation should be from 500 gigawatt. 50% energy requirement should come from renewable energy. As of now, we have reached around 30%. By 2030, we have to attain that. Reduction of total projected carbon dioxide emissions by 1 million tons from now to by 2030. And reduction of carbon intensity of the economy in terms of GDP, we have to reduce by 45% by 2030. Base level is 2005. And lastly, achieving net zero target by 2070. This is a very stringent target, and India is working very hard on that. Now let us understand what is the key target to all of us. All of us are working, all nations are working, those who are member of even at CCC are working very hard to maintain global temperature rise within 1.5 degrees centigrade. Unfortunately, if we calculate the total commitment made by every nation, it is around 3 degrees centigrade. So we have to work more hard. Finally, we have to achieve net zero by either by 2050 to 2070 time horizon. Then only this target will be achieved. But what are the key possible approaches to address this? There are two aspects. One is mitigation. All of us know that, how to reduce GHG emission, and that is the main culprit for this climate change. And even GHG emission happens, how to adapt our system so that its impact is minimized, So there is an adaptation aspect as well. In terms of mitigation, I'm talking about from India perspective. They are the key sectors which are mostly responsible for emission. That is steel industry, cement industry, aluminum industry, thermal power plant, and to some extent renewable energy is a solution for that. And if you see the broadly technological approach, first of all, process improvement, energy efficiency in all applications, adoption of a sustainable lifestyle because demand has to be reduced for more energy, and less use of fossil fuel, more use of renewable, green hydrogen more specifically. These are the key approaches in terms of technologically broadly. In terms of adoption, there are sectors which are mostly affected is agriculture sector, water sector, health sector, habitat sector. And in all these sectors, we have to adopt technologies in terms of climate-friendly technologies. We have to be strong enough to adopt CCUS technology, carbon capture, utilization, storage technology, and renewable energy use as much as possible. If you see the emission scenario in terms of India, 40% is coming from energy sector, and 13% is coming from industry and many industrial sector applications. If you see the globally energy sector, again 73.2% are coming from energy sector. Agriculture sector contributes about 18.4%, and industry contributes about 5.2%. In this scenario, TIFAC has worked out the technological needs for different sectors. If you see in steel industry sector, which contributes about 10 to 11% of total CO2 emission for India, several technological options technological needs are required. Some group of technologies for blast furnace improvement, a group of technologies for direct reduced iron use, that electric arc furnace related technologies for steel recycling, and CCUS technology for carbon capture. I'm not going into detail in each and every technology, but broad idea of what India's plans are. In terms of cement industry, which contributes about 7 to 8% of India's CO2 emission, and couple of technological options are available or on the pipeline. These are the technologies under development. For example, post-combustion technologies, which separates carbon dioxide from flue gas, oxy-fuel combustion technology, where oxygen is being used in place of air, which reduces carbon dioxide, calcium looping, which removes carbon dioxide from flue gases in a cement plant, then direct separation technology, then carbon dioxide storage and utilization technologies, low carbon cement production technologies, and usage of biomass in a bigger way in cement manufacturing unit. In terms of aluminum industry, which contributes about 6.4% of total emission, carbon dioxide emission, decarbonization of every power plant is being talked about, switching to renewable energy, switching from fossil fuel based energy to renewable energy. Then strong CCUS technologies are being planned. Then decarbonization process emissions, for example, non-carbon anode development, then switching to energy efficient systems that do not rely on fossil fuel, and increased use of scrap usage of and recycling of aluminium. In terms of transport, which contributes about 13% of total CO2 emission in India, road transport, many technologies are being talked about, advanced engine technologies, then electric and hybrid electric vehicle, alternative fuel, for example, 2G ethanol mixing, green diesel, hydrogen IC engine, fuel cell electric vehicles. These are being talked about. In terms of rail, improved efficiency of powertrain, regenerative braking, how to harness energy from regeneration of braking, then reduce drag forces, then alternative energy or fuels for propulsion. In terms of water transport, alternative fuels based system. In terms of air transport, again alternative based fuel system is being talked about, sustainable aviation fuel, then more electric aircraft, solar panel on the wings are being talked about. Then several engine technologies are being talked about, which are more energy efficient. In terms of thermal power plant, it is almost 65% being responsible for India's energy emission, carbon dioxide emission. We are talking about ultra supercritical plant, advanced ultra supercritical plant, where combustion efficiency is better, and circulating fluidized based combustion technology is being talked about. Then reduction of GHG emission for thermal plants. A couple of technologies are being talked about. CCUS again coming in a big way. Biomass co-firing technologies, another important technology being talked about, which reduce emission. Coal beneficiation is another round of technologies, and then several technologies in terms of energy efficiency. Now in renewable, there are a couple of technology needs India should have, and India is not manufacturing solar cells much because China is supplying quite a reasonable cost. So, but most important R&D is being going on how to increase energy efficiency in renewable in solar cell. As of now, it is 18%. How to make it a more efficient solar cell without using solar cell? We can think of other materials, for example, perovskites and all, which have potential for about more than 24% conversion efficiency. Then wind energy has a couple of problems. For example, development of smaller and efficient wind turbines. India is not quite friendly for wind, and wind turbines for lower wind regime and designs of offshore wind power plants that are being tried. Now let us talk about adaptation sector. In agriculture, several technological options are being talked about. Precision agriculture using sensor, IoT, ML, blockchain technologies application in agriculture. Renewable energy compatible mechanization process. In India, 50% populations are dependent on agriculture, and not very high-end agriculture is being practiced. But recent initiatives will take us through with advanced technological applications in agriculture. Genetic engineering is coming in a big way. Then input optimization in terms of control release fertilizer, how to control the release of fertilizer as per the needs of plant. Then hydroponics, aeroponics, organic farming are being talked about. Livestock farming, which is the main responsible for carbon dioxide emission in agriculture system. So that is also being addressed. Automated farm and field management related technologies. In terms of water, although climate change has a severe impact on water availability, especially for India, and because the demand is much more compared to supply, so water augmentation related technologies, for example, rainwater harvesting technologies, conjunctive use of surface and groundwater, several other technologies being talked about. Water efficiency and demand management, how to reduce the demand with efficient use of water, and how to control loss of water, leakage specifically. In terms of healthcare, we have seen the COVID-19 pandemic scenario. Nobody could predict that, but climate change has indirectly had a lot of impact on health, especially pulmonary diseases and cardiovascular diseases. So important component is, especially for India, which is a vast, diverse country. So how to quickly deliver healthcare system in rural areas with the intervention of information communication technologies, or you can say a targeted delivery, healthcare delivery system. Integration of yoga, traditional medicinal system, and modern medicinal system is being talked about. India has very strong base about yoga and traditional medical system. How to integrate both traditional as well as modern medical system, that is being talked about now. Then virtual reality, artificial intelligence, robotics, 3D printing technology in terms of drugs and tissue culture, tissue engineering. Then targeted drug delivery and telemedicine, these are being important technologies being talked about. In terms of habitat, a lot of technologies specifically for low carbon building and infrastructure related technologies, use of local material in terms of cement, in how to replace cements and cements and other reinforcement with bamboo sticks and other locally available materials, for example, wood, fly ash, bioplastics and all. Modification and enforcement of building energy code has given a lot of impetus on low-cost building sector. Insulated walls and transparent concrete, which will allow more light to the in the house. You don't need lighting system during daytime, and building integrated photovoltaic system, which is giving a lot of energy into the system. Nanotechnology in building, this is also being talked about the future areas of research. Now, having said all this, what are the key recommendations? What being talked about in this in India's thought process is how to adopt a sustainable lifestyle management so that demand is reduced over the resources, renewable rich energy generation with more emphasis on green hydrogen, energy efficiency in every stage. All processes should be energy efficient. Technology pricing, we're talking about in climate change negotiation, because I was there in this COP27 in Egypt. Then technology pricing is important because especially for developed nations, technology we are trying to import, but technology pricing is an issue. Equitable finance management, whatever the finance available globally, how to use it in equitable state for all types of nations, developing nations. Suitable policy for technology licensing, how to transfer technology or license technology from developed nation to developing nations or underdeveloped nations. Promoting innovation through breakthrough research. Strengthening Green Climate Fund, because Green Climate Fund was conceptualized about 4 or 5 years ago in Paris. That's still under functional. Common but differentiated responsibility is the mantra, or it is the principle that is being talked about, that has to be adopted. And lastly, one sun, one world, one grid. That is the concept our Honorable Prime Minister has flown. In this idea has to come in a big way, so that solar energy will be the answer for energy process altogether for next 10 years or 15 years down the line. So thank you very much. And for any other query, we can email both of us, myself and Vaibhav. And any questions or any clarification, I'm happy to answer.
Okay, Гаутам, thank you very much. You can see one question already in the messages from Anna Grebeniuk.
Do you value Indian contribution to a global goal of reducing global warming? Yes, of course, yes. Because India, the target which India has set in, which are much more stringent than many other countries, and India is working very hard and to adopt those targets, to achieve those targets. And probably if those targets are achieved, India has a very positive contribution in addressing global warming status.
Okay, thank you very much.
National Solar Alliance is one of the components which India has started, so that many countries are joining together in National Solar Alliance program.
Okay, thank you very much. If there is no more questions, I would like to ask one question. In your slide, I saw a very ambitious targets for India, like net zero emission by 2070, or decreasing carbon intensity almost 50% just in 10 years. They are very ambitious, and do you really have a kind of a roadmap to achieve this? This is one point. Another point is what role will technologies play in this process?
Yeah, very important questions. And I could see another questions by Zoe Raves. He is asking about that we are now into a post 1.5 degree world, but India is planning to burn another 1 billion tons of coal. Can the XII Forsaight process manage this? India's energy requirement is almost India's energy using energy is 1/4 of developed nations. So, in compared to that, India's technological or sustainable lifestyle needs allow us to use less energy. Still, we are much below the developed nations' energy use. So, there is scope for better energy use, and probably coal, we have target is 50%, but 50% are from renewable. As of now, coal target is 65%. So, but strong CCUS technologies will help us, will facilitate us to burn 1 billion tons of coal, because CCUS technology will help us to absorb carbon, whatever we are emitting. A second question, what Alexander is posed, very important, and our target is very ambitious. Yes, target is very ambitious, and ambitious targets has kept, and already TIFAC has prepared a decarbonization roadmap, and Indian government, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, they are also working on this aspect, how to make it a strong roadmap to achieve this target. So these are in pipeline. Probably in a year or so, we will have a very strong road ahead, how to address both these targets.
Okay, thank you very much. Гаутам, we should move ahead. Our next presentation will be made by Anna Grebенюk from High School of Economics. Her presentation will be devoted to global prospects of human capital.
Thank you very much.
Anna, please go ahead. The floor is yours.
Добрый день, уважаемые коллеги. Сегодняшняя моя презентация, секундочку, я ее открою. Видно хорошо? Секунду. Ага. Видно презентацию, подскажите?
Да, видно.
Да,
видно,
спасибо.
все хорошо.
Моя сегодняшняя презентация посвящена глобальным перспективам развития человеческого потенциала. На человеческий потенциал влияет большое число факторов. Это и развитие новых прорывных технологий, это и усиление влияния на различные социально-экономические процессы, это появление большого числа таких глобальных сдвигов, как рост населения планеты, изменение климата, киберугрозы и так далее. Все это требует разработки принципиально новых подходов к определению и анализу глобальных трендов и вызовов в этой области. Пандемия COVID-19 также привела к серьезным изменениям в этой области. Поменялись многие сферы, связанные с человеческим капиталом, это и здравоохранение, и образование, условия труда и занятости и так далее. Человечеству пришлось в очень короткие сроки адаптироваться к новой реальности. Поэтому мы разработали принципиально новую методологию для анализа трендов, влияющих на развитие человеческого потенциала. Для этого мы провели семантический анализ с использованием разработанной в нашем институте системы интеллектуального анализа больших данных IFOR, которая проанализировала больше 450 миллионов документов и выделила порядка 1000 отдельных сущностей, связанных с развитием человеческого потенциала. При дальнейшем анализе мы упаковали эти сущности в отдельные тренды и подтренды, обсудили их с экспертами. В итоге у нас получился перечень 48 глобальных трендов и порядка 200 подтрендов. И дополнительно мы провели анализ опрос Дельфи, участие в котором приняло порядка 400 экспертов из России и 20 зарубежных стран.
Excuse me, please. The translation in English is not very good. Could you keep my mic a bit closer, probably? Okay.
Да, пожалуйста, конечно. На слайде вы видите тематическую карту трендов. Здесь представлены и технологические решения, которые будут влиять на развитие человеческого потенциала. Это биотехнологии, цифровые технологии, медицинские технологии. Тут также видны отдельные блоки, кластеры трендов, которые оказывают влияние на эту сферу. Например, на верхней правой части показаны тематики, связанные с вопросом безопасности персональных данных, технологиями улучшения человека, развитие его способностей с носимыми девайсами. В нижней правой части карты сосредоточены тематики, связанные с трансформацией рынка труда, с изменением требований к компетенциям, в том числе спроса на мягкие навыки. А вот зеленые кружки показывают тренды, связанные с переходом к зеленой экономике. Ну, таким образом, мы видим, что вектор развития человеческого потенциала во многом формируется под влиянием факторов различной природы. Это и социальные факторы, и демографические факторы, экономические, политические, регуляторные и так далее. Теперь я хотела бы перейти к видению будущего в части человеческого капитала в разрезе отдельных ключевых блоков. На этом слайд представлен блок здоровья. Тут мы наблюдаем два противоположных процесса. С одной стороны, растет интерес населения к собственному здоровью. Все больше людей становятся приверженцами здорового образа жизни. Добровольно проходят различные медицинские чекап-программы. Сейчас активно зарождается движение биохакинга. При этом изменения в образе жизни и среды, в которой мы живем, приводит к тому, что активно распространяются нездоровые поведенческие паттерны. Это и офисная работа, это передвижение с использованием пассивных видов транспорта, это высококалорийное питание. Это, в свою очередь, провоцирует рост хронической заболеваемости. Ожидается, что за 10 лет бремя болезни может вырасти в 1,5 раза. Также все острее становятся вопросы биобезопасности, растут пандемические риски, увеличивается уровень биоугроз, биотерроризма с развитием и с доступностью биотехнологий. И все большую остроту приобретает другая, не менее важная проблема, с которой человечество может столкнуться уже в среднесрочной перспективе. Это рост антибиотикорезистентности и появление бактерий, перед которыми доступные антибиотики будут бессильны. И здесь пандемия может сыграть даже решающую роль, потому что в этот период повысился уровень потребления антибиотиков, часто необоснованное потребление. Также важной проблемой становится распространение репродуктивных дисфункций. По разным оценкам, от 12 до 15% пар сталкиваются с проблемой бесплодия. Собственно, ответом на эти вызовы становятся новые технологии. В первую очередь, это переход к 4П медицине, которая подразумевает предсказание, профилактику заболеваний, персонализацию лечения, а также партиципативность со стороны пациента. Такая концепция, новая модель медицины гарантирует доступность и высокие стандарты оказания медицинской помощи. Так, развитие носимых устройств биомониторинга позволяет сместить фокус с лечения заболевания на их эффективное предотвращение или доклиническое выявление, еще до появления первых симптомов. На основе анализа большого накопленного объема медицинской информации становится возможным персонализировать подходы к лечению. В этот процесс все активнее вовлекаются пациенты, в частности, с помощью различного рода приложений и устройств мониторинга они могут самостоятельно следить за важнейшими параметрами организма. Далее я хотела бы перейти к сфере образования и труда. Здесь наиболее значимые трансформации произойдут под влиянием цифровых технологий, появляются образовательные форматы с менее жесткими требованиями к очному присутствию обучающихся и учителей. В свою очередь, это потребует роста спроса, это приведет к росту спроса на цифровые навыки. Ожидается, что в среднесрочной перспективе подавляющее большинство профессий будет в той или иной мере требовать наличия цифровых навыков, где-то более продвинутых, где менее продвинутых. При этом есть такое опасение, что появление user-friendly технологий может, наоборот, затормозить или дестимулировать ряд людей получать новые навыки. Вот так по оценкам некоторых экспертов, например, в Индии сейчас проходит такая ситуация, там, может быть, меня поправят, наличие смартфонов и доступа в интернет, и возможности надиктовывать текст, а также распознавать и озвучивать написанный текст, дестимулирует молодежь из бедных семей обучаться грамоте, учиться читать и писать. Однако цифровизация может привести еще к углублению неравенства в образовании, несмотря на упрощение доступа к знаниям. То есть не все имеют достаточно средств для покупки девайсов для онлайн-образования, для доступа к стабильной сети интернет. Расширяются форматы образовательных практик. Мы можем ожидать в будущем, что для детей будут составляться персональные образовательные траектории с учетом их желаний, а также персональных характеристик, в том числе выявленных с учетом генетического тестирования, которые затем будут корректироваться по мере взросления человека и появления новых требований. Ожидается, что мы уйдем от классической модели, когда человек получил образование, всю жизнь работает по одной специальности. С одной стороны, требования к компетенциям будут постоянно меняться, а с другой станет нормой пробовать себя сначала в одной профессии, а потом решить резко изменить свою карьерную траекторию и попробовать себя в какой-то другой профессии. Появляются новые форматы занятости. Это удаленная занятость, расцвет которой пришелся на период пандемии. Это фриланс, платформенная занятость. Делается упор на инклюзию, появляется все больше возможностей для работы женщин, пожилых людей, людей с ограниченными возможностями. С другой стороны, распространяется прекарная, нестабильная занятость, и это требует создания эффективных механизмов социальной защиты таких работников. В среднесрочной перспективе можно ожидать ухода от обязательно 5-дневной рабочей недели или 8-часового рабочего дня. Также автоматизация приведет к изменению роли человека в производственных процессах. В результате исчезнет большое число рабочих мест, это до 85 миллионов в ближайшие несколько лет. Однако появится еще большее число рабочих мест, вот по оценкам экспертов, порядка 97 миллионов, которые потребуют принципиально новых навыков. Это в первую очередь разработка, установка, обслуживание, ремонт нового оборудования. Как итог, необходимо будет в достаточно короткие сроки приучить большое число людей, чтобы они могли вписаться на новый рынок труда. Очень интересные трансформации нас ждут в сфере общества и ценностей. В первую очередь, они связаны с демографическими изменениями. Это старение населения, увеличение продолжительности жизни, что приведет к росту финансовой нагрузки на трудоспособное население, а также потребует трансформации классической пенсионной системы, а также системы здравоохранения и ухода, которая должна учесть вызов появления большого числа пожилых, адаптироваться под заболеваемость пожилых людей, в том числе под рост числа больных нейродегенеративными заболеваниями, в том числе деменцией, что потребует организации специального ухода за такими людьми. Усилятся миграционные процессы, связанные как с глобальными кризисами, так и с изменением климата. Мы сейчас уже видим, что миграционные решения становятся инструментами политики государств. Люди все больше переходят к осознанному потреблению, набирают популярность различные экологические проекты, развиваются модели совместного использования и повторного владения. Цифровизация, конечно, коснется и этой сферы жизни человека. Произойдет стирание границ между виртуальным и реальным миром, появятся виртуальные личности, аватары, станет возможна цифровая реинкарнация умерших людей. С другой стороны, это приведет к изменению структуры социальных связей и ценностей общества. Например, та же социальная реинкарнация приведет к полной перемене практик горевания и может провоцировать застревание человека в горе в своем прошлом. Цифровые технологии приводят к поляризации общества. Благодаря алгоритмам персонализации контента вокруг пользователя формируется так называемый информационный пузырь. В результате он все реже встречается на пространствах сети с противоположной ему точкой зрения и все меньше задумывается о диалоге с людьми, отстаивающими противоположную точку зрения. Опять же, онлайн-общение часто провоцирует неуважительное отношение к своему собеседнику, чего мы бы не допустили при общении с человеком лицом к лицу. Вот противовес этому тренду набирает популярность практики цифрового детокса. Обостряются этические вопросы, связанные с расширением использования новых технологий. Это в первую очередь биотехнологии, это возможность генетического редактирования, применение технологий для расширения возможностей человека, таких как нейроинтерфейсы. Значимые трансформации происходят и в среде жизни человека. Ускоряются климатические изменения, в результате происходит деградация окружающей среды, увеличивается частота и интенсивность экстремальных природных явлений. При этом интеллектуальные технологии внедряются в управление городами, домами, инфраструктурой, развиваются общественные пространства. В ближайшем будущем мы можем ожидать даже появления целых умных городов, которые будут управляться искусственным интеллектом, обслуживать которые будут роботы. Ну и в завершении своей презентации хотела бы сказать, собственно, каким будет человек будущего, человек 21 века. Здесь все-таки такая более позитивная картина вырисовывается. Человек ответственно подходит к своему здоровью. Он носит специальное устройство для мониторинга показателей своего организма и находится благодаря этому на постоянной связи с своим лечащим врачом. Он придерживается здорового образа жизни, соблюдает диету, составленную персонально для него на основе результатов геномного анализа и исследований микробиома. Он занимается спортом по персонально разработанной программе, использует датчики для анализа эффективности своих тренировок. Человек в будущем может стимулировать свою когнитивную активность с помощью чипа-импланта. В быту он активно делегирует рутинные бытовые задачи цифровым помощникам и ассистентам, а освободившееся время тратит на развитие новых компетенций, в том числе в рамках персонально разработанной для него образовательной траектории обучения. Он заботится о экологии, активно использует возобновляемые источники энергии, сортирует, перерабатывает отходы. Вот я надеюсь, что мы будем в будущем жить вот в таком мире. Спасибо большое.
Any questions to Anna? If no question, I cannot see anything in messages and no raised hands. Probably we'll move to another presentation because we are run a little bit of time, but I'm not sure if Mlungisi Seri is with us. Mlungisi, are you here? No, I'm afraid something happened there. Probably Probably we'll move then to our last presentation, which will be made by Dr. Waldir Armida from Oswaldo Cruz Foundation, Fiocruz, from Brazil. It will be about a project, the auto use of artificial intelligence for horizon scanning for new diseases. Okay, Waldir, please, the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Hi all, I can see my on screen. Is it my turn now?
Yes, please.
I was okay. Okay. First of all, good morning. This is morning still in Rio de Janeiro. I would like to thank the audience. Just a second, just let me put me on here. Can I see myself? I can't put my camera on. Can anyone help me?
On the left side of the
screen?
Yes.
At
the bottom.
Okay, nice. So, okay, thank you. So let's go ahead. So thank you everybody for the invitation, the organizers of the conference, to present the VGIA project, which is artificial intelligence applied to horizon scanning for emerging and re-emerging diseases. This is the theme of the project. We are still at the beginning of it, so I do not have outcomes or results to present yet. Therefore, what I am going to present is the intentions, what we intend to do with this project. We are from Fiocruz, which is the main health organization in Latin America and the main organization at the forefront of the fight against coronavirus in Brazil. And the foundation is composed of several independent units with different and complementary missions. Okay? And I am from the National Institute of
excuse me, Waldir, your sound is a little bit lost. Now it's much better.
Okay. I am from Fiocruz, which is composed of several independent units. I am from the Evandro Chagas National Institute of Infectious Diseases, also known as XII Fiocruz, which is the clinical research unit of the foundation. Okay. Well, the COVID-19 pandemic triggered a series of responses from Fiocruz along with its different units. The specific response from XII was the new and permanent hospital facility, the COVID-19 Hospital Center, which was built in just 2 months, originally to care for COVID-19 patients, and now including other nosologies. And despite the efforts made all over the world, including our effort in Fiocruz, it is obvious that Foresight was not well integrated into policy in the run-up to the pandemic. Several studies of the threat of future pandemics and many exercises focused on how various scenarios might be dealt with have been undertaken in the last decade, including an exercise made at XII Fiocruz in the end of 2018 at our strategic planning. Well, all these studies, WHO, epidemiologists, etc., that a major pandemic was in the offing, should have been reinforced by the experience with H1N1, MERS, cholera, Zika virus, Ebola, and others. In this graph, it shows it very clearly. In 2009, we had the pandemic of H1N1, just 10 years before we had the COVID-19 pandemic. And in between them, we see sort of an outbreak of epidemics. This was signals that seem not to have been properly analyzed or read by the decision makers. So the project, the VGIA project, intends to fill this gap related to the needs for better detection and identification of diseases of importance to public health. As such, the project seeks to answer whether artificial intelligence applied to horizon scanning for emerging and re-emerging diseases will enhance the surveillance capacity for emergency preparedness and response in public health. Okay? These are the public health emergencies. So we are dealing with the first one related to epidemiological risks, outbreaks and epidemics. And among these, we have I'm sorry, it is a bit misformatted, but that's okay. What is an emerging infectious disease? It's a new disease that is affecting the population for the first time, or an existing disease that is rapidly spreading geographically or affecting an increasing number of people. And on the other hand, the horizon scanning concept refers to the systematic identification and examination of emerging issues, including emerging developments in established issues that are of relevance to the topic of concern. If we swap words here, we can say that horizon scanning for emerging diseases would be the systematic identification and examination of emerging diseases, including emerging developments in established diseases that are of relevance for the preparedness for pandemics, for instance. So these two concepts, I would say I had an animation here, but it's not working, but I would say that this concept is a perfect match for our research. And to support all this, we got this artificial intelligence concept. We have customized it for the project. But what is important to understand, here we have a more simpler concept of artificial intelligence. But either one of them, the most important to understand here is that we're gonna use artificial intelligence to empower the activity, the horizon scanning activity. This is not at all a substitute for the analysis for the human brain. We expect the artificial intelligence with the implementation and evaluation of algorithms that will accelerate the systematic search for evidence and etc., like exploring the redundancy and identifying emerging phenomena and trends, but considering not only existing indicators, but latent ones that may be derived from the search itself. Okay, and helping a better detection and identification of diseases with epidemic potential. So this is what is artificial intelligence for the project. It's important to understand that. And what we intend to do, we intend to assess the application of artificial intelligence to horizon scanning for the surveillance of emerging and re-emerging diseases. To accomplish that, we got three main objectives. The first one is to assess the application, the horizon scanning in support of health surveillance. We expect that it will broaden the health surveillance activities. And the second objective is to perform a proof of concept of the application of artificial intelligence to horizon scanning. Okay, so at first we're gonna make assess the horizon scanning in support of health surveillance, and then we're going to make a proof of concept of the application of artificial intelligence to horizon scanning. And finally, assess the role of artificial intelligence applied to horizon scanning for emerging and re-emerging diseases. How are we going to make it? Well, we're going to have two main activities. We're going to perform a horizon scanning without AI, the traditional one, and then we're going to perform a horizon scanning with AI. The first activity will provide inputs to accomplish the first objective, which is the assessment of the application of horizon scanning support of health surveillance. And this will provide inputs for the horizon scanning activity with AI. Because as we perform the horizon scanning without AI, we're gonna look for the parts of it, of this process that can be automated. And then we're gonna automate this, what can be automated, what we're gonna assess, what can be automated in this process to create the machine learning, okay? So we accomplish objective number 2, related to the proof of concept, and 3, related to the role of artificial intelligence. The horizon scanning itself will be conducted through the following steps. The first one will be the identification, dredging, and selection and analysis. At this first step, we're going to make a Delphi survey with the experts, and we expect them to help us what can characterize the emergence of disease, which are the weak signals that we should be looking for, which sources we should be performing the review, and etc. So they're going to provide us with these information, and we're going to make through an electronic form, and preferably in 3 rounds. With this, then we're going to select this information and go through the steps, the 3 steps that to attend the 3 stages, better saying, the 3 stages to attend the specific objectives. The horizon scanning without AI, the automated horizon scanning, but at the very beginning, the like collection, extracting, labeling, etc., and modeling the data that we have. And then we're going to try to go further in a logic of successive refinements. Okay, we're going to make this for the selection, which information we should put here, and then we're going to make the analysis of it. Okay. To make the Delphi survey, we at this moment, this is what we're working at this very moment right now. Okay, we're working on the establishment of expert panel that will be like a consultancy group with INIS experts. So they will provide us the first inputs to build the Delphi survey, considering these first characteristics we have listed here: clearly identified patterns, long-term impact, which groups to make the Delphi with, and etc. So the outcomes of the project will be the assessment of the surveillance support by horizon scanning versus surveillance without horizon scanning. Okay, and then we're going to make a proof of concept for horizon scanning with AI, providing evidence that its application to horizon scanning can be successful. And then we're going to make the comparison of horizon scanning with AI and horizon scanning without AI through some indicators of artificial intelligence fields, such as coverage, accuracy, and revocation. Okay, and the expected results, the main one, is that the results will allow the proposition of an expanded health surveillance model, incorporating the analysis of future scenarios based on the evidence observed through horizon scanning, conducted with the support of artificial intelligence. The comparison of horizon scanning with and without AI should be given through indicators such as coverage, precision, and revocation, which have some parallel with health surveillance indicators. Okay, and some indicators to assess the surveillance systems will be adapted, such as representativeness, sensitivity, opportunity. Okay, so this is the schedule of the project. It's a short-term one. Our deadline is on September. And these are our references. Thank you very much. Hope to have been clear enough for you to understand the project.
Thank you very much, Valdir. I must say that the project is very interesting, although it's not finished yet. So we are looking forward to see the final results. But the
yes, the same as us here. We're eager to see the results of it.
Yeah, what I like here is a little bit of a theoretical nature. Yeah, you compare two approaches, with and without. But on the other hand, it's very practical, because if it works, if you will have an evidence that AI is useful for horizon scanning for infectious disease, you can introduce it in everyday practice, I guess. Is the overall goal of the project?
Yeah. We show actually this is a bit broader project. we are thinking of a monitoring system based on AI. So this is the first part of the project related to because this is we're thinking of a monitoring system with 3 time periods: short, medium, long term. Okay, so this we have been awarded financing from Fiocruz presidency. They say Innova program, so oh, good idea. So let's get this financing and make this horizon scanning with artificial intelligence to see if it works. So it's related to the mid to long term. But we also, at the end of it, if it works, we're going to make a prototype. We intend to start with a very simple disease, with very simple signals, with very very simple signals to look for. So if it works as we think, it's gonna work, and then we're gonna broaden it, okay? And so we have this mid to long-term part of the project, but also we have some ideas of making some application of artificial intelligence to the short term, because we intend to make this connection between, oh, okay, we are locating this, the horizon scan is spotting us some imbalance here, which may lead to some epidemic and etc. Okay, so this region, this area, or whatever, might be, we got signals that might emerge some disease here. So we come with this short-term approach to see, to watch finally, because we have to have something watching where might be the emergence of diseases, something like that. Not sure if this is just to complement the presentation. Not sure if I was clear enough, but this is part of a broader project, which means a monitoring system with 3 temporalities: short, mid, and long term. Okay, this is a mid to long term project. So we hope this is going to work.
Okay, thank you. And could you say a few words? What really will artificial intelligence do?
Oh, yeah, actually, we yes, we are first. We have to perform the horizon scan without AI, because the idea is that the artificial intelligence accelerates the process. So this is our expectation. And then the process the process to locate the papers, the literature, the great literature, what we're going to look for. Once we have this big data, we're going to have like a filter using natural language processing. Okay, so it will be a first step in the analysis. So we're gonna have the artificial intelligence will work as filters in order to locate the papers, the literature, to accelerate this search. Okay, that's the expectation that artificial intelligence will do. And then once we have these inputs, we, the humans, we're gonna analyze the papers and see which are really the significant signals and etc. And then, as we do it, we're gonna have this expert panel that will be always giving us input in the halfway of the project, helping us analyze these results and etc. So that's, but the artificial intelligence itself, we expect that it will empower the process. And we're still about to build the tools for it, okay? We have already made the mock search in one site with a yellow fever keyword to see how long this would take. It was very quick, but it's still early to say something about this yet, because we need first to perform the horizon scanning without AI, because this is what's going to give us the inputs to build the machine. You see, we need to have this to see which phases of the horizon scanning, which processes of the horizon scanning, of the search on internet and etc., which one of these can be automated. So we need to have this done so we can see what can be automated. And with this automation, we perform then the horizon scan with AI and see how it keeps going, you see. Well, I am not exactly the AI guy to answer to you. I have to ask for please don't ask me too much difficult questions concerning horizon scanning. But again, not horizon scanning, sorry, artificial intelligence. Okay,
yeah,
it's a tool that we are about to build yet, you see. And we got some ideas of how this is going to be. But as I said, we made this very small mock exercise. We see it can be useful. But to make it, we need to choose. We're gonna ask the experts, but we got this. We need to choose something easy to be tracked, some easily trackable. Because if you can make it with something that is easy, which is weak signals and characteristics that we should be looking for, if we can make it easily, then we cannot broaden the tool. So we're gonna make something also because our period is very short. We're gonna finish. We got the deadline for September, so we intend to perform the horizon scanning until April. As let me check here the exact date. The preparations in January. So yes, April, May is when we're gonna perform the horizon scanning without AI. We're going to have all these inputs from the Delphi, from the expert panel, etc. So we're going to have this, we should perform this, have this performed by April and May. This is the crucial part of the project. This is the moment that's the crucial part of the project, because this is when we're going to assess which parts of the horizon scanning can be automated. And we hope to find them. So this we can automate some part of the process to accelerate the search. In this small exercise we made, we searched like millions of characteristics, and we to look for yellow fever in one single site, and the machine did it in 2 minutes and 38 seconds. So our expectation is that the horizon scanning process, if we can automate some parts of it, we're gonna save lots of time with this first approach to the data. We have this first approach, then we're gonna have this natural language processing, so it filters even more, and then we can make the human analysis.
Okay,
that's our expectation.
Which documents you analyze? Is it social networks or mass media or research papers? I don't know, because I understand you should identify very quickly.
Yes.
If there are emerging disease somewhere.
Yes.
What documents you are based on?
Yeah. What we intend to are these that you mentioned: social media and grey literature, specialized papers. But each one, I think each one will have to have a special approach by the automated machine. And we have maybe to put some weight on them, because if you have something from Twitter, it's not the same evidence you have in a paper, in a peer-reviewed paper. So, and also which social networks we should be looking for, which literature we should be looking for, which sources we should be looking for. This is one of the questions we're gonna make in the Delphi with the experts. So they say, oh, we expect them to say to us which disease we're gonna analyze, and I expect it to be something with clear patterns, okay, something very, very narrow. And then we say, okay, to look for signals that this disease or this set of disease or something of that sort, which sources we should be looking for to have good signals, these such signals that we should be looking for, and etc. So we're gonna have this panel that to guide us, and then we got with the result of it, we're gonna perform the activities, but we're gonna perform it with the orientation of this expert panel that we are at this moment we are building and expecting to make the first workshop with the expert panel in the beginning of December. That's our expectation. So they give us the first inputs, and then in December and January we build the Delphi, prepare the Delphi, and then we expect to apply the Delphi to the experts in February, March. It's going to be a quick one, as much people as possible, and we expect to have it in 3 rounds the most. So we're going to narrow the characteristics and patterns that we should be looking for, sources and everything. That's what we expect from the Delphi.
Okay, thank you very much, Walter, for your presentation.
Did I answer well to your questions? Are you satisfied?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I guess we don't have Mlungisi with us, and I don't know the reason. I called him, but
okay.
I'm afraid maybe next time, yeah, because he planned to present actually a very interesting study, because we jointly made we had a joint project a few years ago about science technology foresight for South Africa. It resulted in a decadal plan for innovation development of the country. And we expected that Mlungisi will present us how the results of the science technology foresight are implemented in everyday practice there in South Africa.
It's a pity.
Mlungisi is not with us, but anyway, I would like to ask from the audience, maybe somebody has more questions to speakers, or maybe some comments or whatever. Maybe somebody wants to say something about foresight in BRICS countries. I don't see any hands raised, and no questions here. Maybe we'll be finishing then. I will say a few words maybe about the overall situation. I must say that we collaborate very closely with all BRICS member states and in the field of science technology foresight. I must say that, for example, next year we plan to publish 2 books, one with Chinese colleagues and one with South African colleagues, about technology foresight in China and technology foresight in South Africa. And we've been discussing with India many times joint projects. Unfortunately, we haven't started anything yet, but we hope to initiate something, because we are willing, they are willing also. So it seems that, as you see from this session, or this special workshop, and from previous work, that every BRICS country has some activity. Some of them more substantial, some less substantial. But anyway, all of them are engaged in future studies, futures related to science, technology, and innovation in particular. We saw today a big presentation about big activity which we see in China, and science foresight. How is it used as a background for national plan, or 5 years plan, and the more longer strategic documents. On the one hand, on the other hand, we saw different activities of various kinds, like which was just presented by Valdir, which was presented by my colleague Anna Grebeniuk, about human capital and different issues related to human capital. And also our Indian colleague, Dr. Goswami, he presented their activity. This is rather large-scale activity with very ambitious goals to identify which technologies will help India to reach this pledge they announced to be zero, not waste, zero, how to call it?
Zero carbon.
Zero carbon by 2070, which is really very ambitious and really will require a lot of efforts related to technological development. So,
Alexander, if you let me say something, I just had an insight from what you were saying.
sure.
And maybe we could have the seed of an idea, because you were mentioning the BRICS and what we're doing in our countries. We're doing this in this country, we're doing this in that country. But maybe, just in to spark an idea, maybe we should think about a foresight activity for the BRICS country, what we can make in common. You see, maybe you can think this for the midterm, see how things go, because it's something that we got the technical capacity, the people, the network. I guess this could be mostly a matter of a political decision, because it does not we do not have the power of it, but we can have the will to make it could be in common areas of interest, like strategic area of the BRICS countries, to go together or to make some goals together, what to do. Maybe we should join these people and make it a common exercise. Who knows?
Yeah, I like your proposal very much. Moreover, we've been discussing with our partners, different partners.
That's it. Just idea.
Yeah, but maybe if you will find more, for example, what we need not just political power. We need maybe some funds to
Oh yes.
If you have an idea in this respect, maybe we could invent something. I would be very much interested in, personally. For example, we could identify key areas of mutually beneficial collaboration in the field of science and technology.
Yes.
We discussed such ideas. We had even publications, couple of publications about this, how it might be. Moreover, what we could do, a couple of years ago, we published a paper about BRICS Plus, we call it, which countries in developing world might be considered the key partners in science and technology for BRICS. Maybe not just cooperation within BRICS, but also engage in other developing countries. We could bring this idea. Maybe if we could find somebody who would be interested to fund it, we could really make a very good.
I think if we have the political will, then the finance will come along. But that's the problem.
Probably. Okay, so anyway, any practical ideas from your side, from side of all other partners are welcome. So we would be very happy to participate in such an exercise.
That would be nice. Just an idea, just had an insight as you were speaking. So
okay, very good. Yeah.
Okay.